have got is our roving reporter. He is 5AA's very own Sam Datto. He is our supercar expert. Let's cross him now. Sam, what are you up to?
Hey, Rowe and Timmy, yeah, exactly right. Jump on the live stream because, as you can see around us, we are in a sea of up and down here in Victoria Square. And the thing is, we're all around the punters as well. If you jump on the live stream, you see everyone lining up. The signing session's currently happening right now. The cars left the track at about 4:55. They headed down Wakefield Street, headed up Pulteney, down Grenfell, and then they made their way here to Victoria Square. And it's just a sight to behold. It's good to see young kids, dads bringing their kids. All the cars are lined up. They started this back a few years ago in Bathurst, and it's turned into quite a scene because you got all the family-friendly happenings down there. Fox is here as well, and we go for a bit of a walk. You can just see and smell the cars. And I tell you what, boys, when you are up close to these cars, these magnificent pieces of machinery, and you can smell the rubber, you can smell the fuel. It just brings a smile. Well, it brings a smile to my face. And a couple of notable things here at the moment as well, because next year, Toyota is coming on the grid for the very first time. So on the live stream, you're about to see the Toyota Gazoo racing car. Now, Chaz Mostert and Ryan Wood for Walkinshaw Andretti United will be in a Toyota as well. Brad Jones Racing, so they'll be racing in a Toyota. We keep going. We've got the number 5 car of Austin Cindric. You spoke about him as well earlier. He's the American who's come out here from NASCAR. He's going to give supercars a run, see how they go. It's going to be a very interesting one for him. Other side of the car, completely different piece of machinery, and the real draw card at the moment, and it's got a proper hive of activity around it. Is you heard the Red Bull Racing Formula One car, and we've got David Coulthard coming up a little bit later on in the show. It's the 2007 Mark car, which means it's got a V8 engine, and they sound like they used to sound all those years ago. So plenty of people around that, plenty of people are here, and it's just an absolute hive of activity, and it's a good place to be right now.
Sammy, just a couple before you go. Are they the actual cars that they're going to race, or are they copy cars? You're touching the race cars now.
If anyone's listening on the radio, I'm not touching them, Broe, but I'm awfully close to them. But yes, these are the exact cars you will be seeing on the racetrack tomorrow morning, all over the weekend. And it's a pretty cool sight when you see the drivers. They've driven these vehicles down here from the racetrack, and you normally see them all kitted out in their fireproof suits and their helmets. They're just driving down here like a nice little Wednesday afternoon drive, hopped out in their shorts and T-shirts, now signing all the autographs. I can't wipe the smile off my face, if I'm honest.
Yeah, Sam, you said you can smell, all the smells of supercars, but what about that Pizza Hut car? Can you smell that? What's that smell like?
Of course, Timmy, you'd go for the food, wouldn't you? I expect that from Broe, if I'm honest.
Now, come on, you've got to predict us a winner for this weekend because there's 4 drivers in for the championship. Where's the favourite line for you, Sam? You're our expert.
If I was a betting man, which I'm not, but if I was, the money's got to be on Chaz Mostert. Yes, I know Broc Feeney for Red Bull Ampol Racing has had that 12 or 13 win season, but this is the final series, and the final series means you've got to come good at the right end of the year, and that's exactly what Chaz Mostert has done. He's won 3 of the last 4 races. He has never done that before in his career. He won 3 on the trot, Gold Coast, and 1 at Sandown. Chaz Mostert is the most informed driver at the moment, and it's going to be really hard though, right, guys? Because you've got 3 races this weekend. You've got the $50,000 bounty up for Friday night and the 2 250s on Saturday and Sunday. But I'm going for Chaz Mostert. I think he might be able to get it done. And I reckon for the sport, I hope the Red Bull guys aren't listening, it'd be nice to see a champion outside of Red Bull because they've absolutely dominated. They've been the benchmark of the series for a very, very long time. And Walkinshaw Andretti United, they're heading to Toyota next year. I know Toyota would be really, really pleased to have the number 1 on their car as they launch into this new series and this new endeavour, which is supercars. But my money is on Chaz, and I hope I'll grab him a little bit later for you and see if he's as confident in himself as I am in him.
Good point. Sam, I was just wondering on Friday night, the 50K, there's a lot of drivers that aren't in it who will be going hell for leather to get that 50K. What do the 4 guys do as far as their race plan for Friday night?
Well, this is the thing, because you can't win the championship on Friday night, but you can most certainly lose it. And 50 grand's a lot of money, but you still want to be class champion. And we heard David Reynolds from Team 18. He was on the breakfast show this morning talking about bugger the rest of the weekend. I just want the 50K. So you probably just want to make sure you get through the race and you get a decent result. But you wouldn't be... Sunday night, we might be seeing some of those top 4 binning it or winning it, but it's definitely not going to be happening on the Friday night. You just want to get through that unscathed, get through to Saturday and Sunday where the real big points are on offer for the weekend.
FIVEAA Sam Datto, our supercars expert. What's to stop me paying someone 60 grand, which is 10 grand more than 50, and saying to a teammate of Chaz Mostert, I'll spear Broc Feeney into the wall for you, but you give me 60. Those sort of tactics is what I'm getting at.
I think it's against the law.
Yeah.
Match fixing. Just a little problem.
I think that's match fixing.
Yes, I think that's what they call it. Yeah,
All right, well,
race fixing.
Okay, well, no need to snap.
We'll try and keep Sam out of the legalities
Thanks,
here.
Sam.
Yeah.
Excellent work. Well, Sam will be roving around with the supercar drivers in just a moment because they're taking the seats now that they're out of their cars to take a whole bunch of signings, and there are so many fans here in Vic Square.
Yeah.
So thank you, Sam. We'll come back to you in a moment. So Sam Datto is our FIVEAA Supercars expert. He's been roving around the paddock, as we like, the parade, the village, whatever we want to call it here today, and he's got a few drivers for us in the next 20 minutes. Sam, who have you got?
Thanks, Tuggers. Yeah, I'm joined by James Courtney. James will race as a main game driver. This is the place where you started your career all those years ago. What are the emotions for you right now?
Rolling in this morning, it was pretty emotional. It all year hasn't really sunken in because each race there's been one after, whereas this is the first one where, there's nothing after it. So it's been pretty emotional today, and it will be all weekend. It's after 2 decades rolling up here year after year, and being able to race a car for a living has been pretty special. So it's going to be a tough weekend.
Now, you're not in the battle for the top 4 this weekend, but there's 50 grand on the line on Friday night. Racing for cash, how do you reckon that's going to go Friday?
I think it's going to be awesome. The guys that will be pushing pretty hard, everyone loves cash, don't they? So it's, I think it's going to really spice up Friday afternoon. Could throw a spanner in the works for some of the guys in the championship shootout, so it's I think it would be really good.
And of course, you're going to get through this weekend first, but next year you're returning to Team 18, Charlie Shorgott as well, where you won your championship all those years ago. You're looking forward to the Enduros, I assume.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Reuniting with Adrian and Charlie and GM. I started my career being the factory GM Enduro driver, and to bookend my career with that is pretty special. So, really looking forward to that.
James, have a good weekend. Thanks, mate.
Cheers, thank you.
Back to you guys.
Some good stories in this grand final. James Courtney especially being one of those. He's been around for a long time.
I think you're right. I think he's honest there by saying this is going to hit me probably a bit harder than what I expect, and it will be post. I think when you're in the mindset of, especially driving the cars at those speeds, you're in the mindset, you've still got a job to do, you've got to get it done, you've got to be the best you can be. But once it's all over and they have the awards here Monday night, I think that's when it'll probably really sink in and hit him the hardest is that's over. And that competitive edge and beast sort of starts to become an end. And it's one of the things I wouldn't mind asking David Coulthard is when he become a commentator, at what stage did he stop thinking I could still do this? Because I know as a footballer, went straight into commentary, I felt exactly like I should still be doing this. And then there's a moment where you go, I just can't do this.
Yeah.
Well, when you're driving at 230 kilometres an hour, you want to make that decision pretty quick.
That's right. Hey, let's cross back to Sam Datto, who's got another one of these supercar stars.
Thanks, Doug. Is now joined by Chaz Mostert from Walkinshaw and Dreddy. Chaz, you are arguably the most informed driver right now in this final series. How much does that extra confidence help for the weekend?
Oh, look, definitely helps. So, 3 out of the last 4 wins has been really cool, and got a really fast car at the moment, and at the right time of the year too. But Adelaide's pretty super critical track. Hopefully the car dials in pretty quick tomorrow night, and we'll see if we can ride the wave.
Grand final series, it was a lot of maybe some controversy at the start of the year when it was introduced, but it's what are your thoughts on it now that we're a couple of rounds in and we're at the grand final here in Adelaide?
I love it, to be honest. It's created excitement, it's created pressure and on everyone involved. So, everyone's had to step up, teams, drivers, events, everything. So it's it's been pretty good for me so far. I'm sure there's 20 other guys that hasn't been that good for this year, but look, you just got to perform every week you can. So yeah.
And lastly, just before I let you go, we've got the signing session going on down here at Victoria Square. The vision of you guys at the Gold Coast this year, jumping over the curbs, the chicanes on the back straight. What did that actually feel like in the car?
It looked a lot more spectacular than it felt in the car, that's for sure. So yeah, just give out 24 loose cannon race car drivers as much track as you can, and we'll take advantage of all of it. So yeah, no, it was pretty cool to look back at the highlights.
Chaz Mostert, thanks for your time. Go well this weekend. Back to you, boys.
Yeah, how good is that? So the access is really, really good. We're going to chat to as many drivers up to 5:30 as we can, and then David Coulthard is going to join us for Where Are They Now at 5:30 tonight.
Sam Dado just went straight for his favourite that he picked.
Chaz Mostert.
He said Chaz Mostert's going to win, and I'll go and get him. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. That's he wanted to get more validation on his selection. That's what I reckon.
Make yourself
That's okay. Won like 3 of the last 4. Last year, Broc Feeney won one of these races. He does love the track. He's won before, or won twice here. When he gets Broc on, we'll say, hey, the man that's interviewing you, Sam, reckons that Chaz has got you.
Yeah.
No, he wouldn't do that.
He doesn't have the headset, unfortunately.
I'll see if Blake back in the studio can get the audio ready for us in a few seconds. But earlier this morning on 5AA Breakfast, Dave Reynolds spoke to David and Will. And the track is really, really difficult. But turn 8 is just notorious for being... It can be carnage if you get it wrong.
Basically a right angle.
It is an incredible turn. Let's have a listen to what he said about how scary it is to drive.
It's just that corner that it scares you. So we do 78 laps a day here. You literally psych yourself up 78 times to go around there. It's that sort of corner. You leave turn 7, and it's just the optics of the whole thing. Like you leave turn 7, you got heaps of space, and the faster you go, the closer the walls get, and they narrow into like a tunnel-looking thing, and then you come up to this corner at 220 k's an hour, and you wipe off like 20 kilometres an hour. So you're going through this corner that's completely blind at 200 k's an hour, and you've got to be inch perfect. If you're not, you are having the biggest crash of your life.
That is harrowing listening to that.
Yeah.
I didn't like the sound of it.
No.
They got to do it day after day this weekend.
78 times.
Yeah.
But yesterday when we were speaking with Thomas Randall, was it saying about it was that blinding the rain in Bathurst? They were just guessing.
Incredible, really. Sam Dado's got another one of our guests.
Thank you, Tuggers. Yes, I'm currently now with Broc Feeney from Red Bull. Broc, this final series, I mean, you've won an awful lot of races this year. Any other time, you probably would have had the championship already in your back pocket. But what are your thoughts so far on the final series and the intensity that we've seen so far?
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, you can look at it in a lot of ways, but I think it's brought a lot of excitement to the sport. It's brought a lot of excitement to Adelaide, and I think to treat them with the champion being crowned here on a pretty dogfight weekend is going to be pretty exciting. So the effort that the Adelaide government, everyone puts in Motorsport Australia in down here in South Australia, the event's second to none. So it's awesome to be a part of. It's going to be exciting to have a champion crowned here this weekend.
Now you're currently leading the championship. You've got Chaz Mostert in some fine form the last few rounds. You had to change an engine at Sandown. It was down on a bit of power. So how do you take this track, and what are your thoughts of racing here in Adelaide, and do you like the track?
Yeah, no, I love the track. I got my first ever win here back in 2022, so it's always held special memories for me. But you're just trying to find every hundredth, every thousandth of a second in this final series, and Chaz has been in great form. For us, it was important to get another win back and get a bit of momentum on our side coming here to Adelaide. But look, got all the confidence in the world in Red Bull Ampol Race and the 88 crew that we can go and get it done this weekend.
And lastly, we were having questions before on the show about the 50 grand up for offer on the Friday night. Now, you guys can't win the championship on the Friday night, but you can lose the championship on the Friday night. So how do you go into a race with such high stakes like that, and you just want to make sure you get through the weekend and score as many points as you can?
Yeah, it's important to have a good Friday. To be honest, the 50 grand means nothing to me. I want to win a championship. I'm not worried about the 50K. So, look, ideally, you go out, have a great Friday and get a win. But, you can overthink it as much as you want. We're just going to go out there, do my job, and I know when I do that well, I can beat the rest.
Broc Feeney, you go well this weekend. Thanks, mate.
Thank you.
Back to you, Tigers.
It's a buzz here at Vic Square.
Well, it's exciting down here at Vic Park. Come down and have a look. Victoria Square. We've been roaming the drivers with our own Sam Dado, our resident supercar expert, and I think he's got another guest.
Thank you, Timmy. Yes, I'm now joined by South Australia's own Kite Racing. Mate, you're in the top 4. You're representing the state for the championship. Rookie season. What are the emotions like?
Oh, yeah, it's pretty surreal, to be honest. Still, yeah, very special to represent the state, as you said, in the Final Four. I think it was the first time that a South Australian's ever had a chance at the championship. So, yeah, very, very grateful to be in this position. Obviously, the team have been performing really well, and just excited to try and put a show on for all the fans. So, bring it on. So, your teammate Matt Payne missed out. Circumstances that happened, but meant a good thing for you. So this weekend, have you done much miles around the Adelaide street circuit, and what's your feeling going into it in this car? Yeah, obviously my 4th year back here. Done a lot of rounds in Super 3 and Super 2, and then got to do the race last year when I filled in for the Cairo place, which is Stanaway. So it's been good to do a lot of miles around here. It's one of my favourite tracks to come to. Done millions of miles in the simulator as well, so I'm all ready to go and can't wait to get out there. Interesting point you raised there. Miles in the simulator. How does that actually translate when you get to a track? I mean, it can't match the real thing, but what sort of information do you get out of simulation sessions? Yeah, you get a lot out of it. Obviously, it's not 100% realistic, but it's very, very close. You can just get all the little techniques and stuff you want to try, and it all adds up. Like you do miles on there, you try a few things that you don't have to waste time in the real things. So you're all over practice, got a few things to try, and knuckle down, and then away you go. So it's good. Of course, you're going for the championship. That's what you want, but there's 50K on offer Friday night. What would you do with 50K? Probably put it all towards the boys' Christmas party. The team's been great, so I'm sure we'll have a good night Sunday night with some of that money, and then we'll put it all to a big Christmas party. But at the same time, I'm not focused about that. I'm focused about this championship and do whatever I can to have the best shot at it. Good luck, Kai. Thanks for your time. Thank you, mate. Appreciate Back to you, boys.
Great to hear from a local.
Well, he's 20 years of age. He's from Mount Gambier. That's amazing that he's down to the last 4 in the first final at Adelaide with the ground. People will remember this race. I mean, he's had a terrific year. To be sitting there as one of 4 is, I think, amazing for young Kai, and I hope he does so well.
Lovely young lad. We met him in the studio a few weeks back, didn't we? And
we were fortunate enough to interview him that night. And
great confidence for a young guy.
Yeah, and we were talking about
he said he'd get here. He said he'd get here.
Yeah.
He said he's 20.
I love it. And that confidence you've got to have. Just, when we were talking to David Coulthard about when I asked him, it just appeared that you didn't drive with fear. I think they've all got that in them.
None of them are scared.
It's the blue chip that's in them that they go, I've got to take that. I've got to do this. They're amazing at that speed and the like to be able to keep doing it. And young when you're 20.
He's only just turned impressive. 22. I just looked him up. 26 of June, he just turned 20. Grove Racing Supercar champion. The number 26 Ford Mustang. We wish him well.
Yeah, best of luck over the weekend. Sam Dado, let's cross back to you.
Thank you, Tuggies. Yeah, last one for the day, and it's me doing the crosses, so I got to at least get Nick Percat in. It's your final race weekend as a main game driver. What's the thoughts going into it?
Obviously exciting. Adelaide 500 every year is a marquee event that we all look forward to. But then, to know that it's the last time I'll do it as a full-time supercar driver's, a little bit upsetting. So I'm going to have to make sure next year I'm here in something. To keep doing laps around this amazing circuit. But a little bit upsetting, but I've got obviously pretty cool things happening next year with driving with Triple Eight and Broc, and then my J&D karting team and stuff's getting quite a bit of momentum. So I'll be busy, but I'll definitely miss it.
So this weekend, 50 grand on offer Friday night as well, racing for cash. What's the intensity going to be like, you reckon, for the people who aren't in that top 4 for that 50 grand?
I think it'll be on, but it depends. I think the weather's going to spice up as well. So. There's been a few people saying if they're second on the last lap, they're just having a massive crack. So it's very rare that we've ever raced for a cash prize. So I'm not sure how everyone reacts. It could just go off the rails. Who knows?
You've been a GM guy through and through your entire career. Now you're going to go to Ford next year with Red Bull. Thoughts around that?
If the Holden plant was still running, it'd be upsetting. But the fact of how it's all been, and we're in Camaros and stuff like that, it's probably just another race car now. So I'm looking forward to, being back on being in the Ford and with T8's kind of a bit of a no-brainer. So it's not like the old days where the red versus blues. So I'll always through and through be a Holden driver, but since then it's not been quite the same.
And lastly, before I let you go, you were talking about your J&D karting team. What are the ambitions for that going to the future? And we saw you on the grid at Gold Coast. in some 86s. Where do you see that going in the future?
Yeah, we'll run 86s for a few years, and then I want to progress it through to either GD3 or ultimately the goal is to have a J&D supercar team. How we do that, I'm not sure, but that's always definitely the goal. You want to be in the peak of Australian motorsport, and that supercars is where it's at. So, yeah, it'd be silly to say we're not looking at that, but obviously that's 5-10 years down the track.
Nick, thank you so much for your time and good luck for your last race this weekend.
No worries, thank you.
Well done, $5 Sam Dado there, our supercar expert. 6 wins, 19 podiums over a long career, Nick Percat. He drives the number 10 Chev for Matt Stone. The other good thing about him, he's a South Australian. The other good thing about him, he went to Sacred Heart College. Played in the first 18s, sat in the forward pocket and kicked 5.
Did he really, the 5?
Nah, I just made
knew
that
was a lie. I knew it.
No.
Just a little bit of mayo.
That's okay. It was going all right until then.
Every good kid that goes through Sacred Heart ends up in the first 18s, and he certainly did that. He's a ripper. Hey, he did a great job, didn't he, old Sammy Dado?
Sammy did an outstanding job, and hopefully everyone enjoyed it on the live stream.
Methanol in his veins.
Yeah.
He does a little
Dad,
bit.
Something
where's
anyway.
the methanol?
Nick referenced the conditions for... There it is. There's Ruby from yesterday. That's an all-time line.